Have you ever discovered your best friend was systematically destroying your life behind your back? I found out last Tuesday when my phone died and I borrowed Jake's to call an Uber. When I opened his contacts to find the rideshare app, I saw something that made my blood freeze. My girlfriend Sarah's number was saved as Project Delete Mike. Jake has been my best friend since middle school. We went to the same college, got apartments in the same building, and he was going to be my best man next month. Sarah and I have been together for 3 years. She's perfect, or so I thought. That contact name didn't make sense, so I scrolled through their text messages. What I found was a 6-month conspiracy to ruin my life. Jake, phase 1 complete. Got him fired from the promotion. Sarah, perfect. How? Jake told his boss about the drinking problem we invented. Showed him fake screenshots of Mike texting me about being hungover at work. I don't even drink. I haven't touched alcohol since my dad died from liver disease 2 years ago, but somehow my boss had called me in last month and put me on probation for alcohol-related performance issues. The messages continued. Sarah, phase 2 ready. His family thinks he's been avoiding them because I've been deleting their calls and responding to texts rudely. Jake, brilliant. My sister saw his mom crying at the grocery store asking what she did wrong. My stomach dropped. For months, my family had been distant and cold. My mom stopped calling. My sister barely acknowledged me at family dinners. I thought they were just busy with their own lives. Sarah, phase 3 is working too. I've been putting small amounts of his money into a separate account every week. He thinks he's terrible with finances. Jake, how much so far? Sarah, about 4,000. When we break up next month, I'll clean out everything and disappear. He'll be broke, jobless, and alone. I screamed and threw the phone across Jake's living room. He came running from the kitchen asking what happened. Project Delete Mike, I said, staring at him. His face went completely white. He started stammering about how he could explain everything, but I was already walking toward the door. Don't, I said. Don't say a single word. I drove straight to Sarah's apartment. She was on the couch watching Netflix, looking completely innocent. When she saw my face, she knew. Let me guess, she said calmly. You found Jake's phone. I couldn't even speak. The woman I loved, the woman I was planning to propose to next month, had been systematically destroying my life for half a year. Why? I finally managed. She shrugged. Jake's been in love with me since college. He offered me $10,000 to break up with you and date him instead. But I thought it would be more fun to completely ruin you first. Fun? Mike, you're so boring. You go to bed at 10. You meal prep on Sundays. You save money instead of traveling. Jake is spontaneous and exciting. I walked to her bedroom and grabbed the bag she kept under her bed, the one I thought held her gym clothes. Inside was every birthday card my family had sent me over the past 6 months, every invitation to family events, and a bank statement showing my $4,000 in an account with her name on it. She had been intercepting my mail. Sarah, you stole from me. I prefer the term borrowed without permission. That's when I started laughing. Not happy laughing, but the kind of laughing you do when something is so unbelievable you can't process it any other way. What's so funny? She asked. You want to know what's funny? Jake doesn't have $10,000. He's been borrowing money from me for months to pay his credit cards. The spontaneous guy you're destroying my life for is completely broke. Her smile faltered. And that $4,000 you've been stealing? That was my emergency fund. The one I was using to buy your engagement ring next month. Her face went completely pale. But here's the best part, I continued, pulling out my phone. I've been recording this entire conversation. She lunged for my phone, but I was already sending the audio file to my family group chat, my boss, and the local police department. Mike, wait, we can work this out? No, Sarah, we can't. But you and Jake can work it out in court. I left her apartment with my bag of stolen mail and drove straight to my parents' house. When I played them the recording, my mom started crying and my dad hugged me for the first time in months. We thought you hated us, my mom sobbed. Your texts were so cruel. 2 weeks later, Jake and Sarah were charged with fraud and harassment. I got my job back with a formal apology from my boss. My family threw me a huge dinner to make up for months of misunderstanding. Jake and Sarah's master plan backfired completely. They're both facing criminal charges and I'm closer to my family than ever. Sometimes the worst betrayal leads to the best discovery about who really loves you.